Hey everyone, before we get started today, as always, I'm going to ask you to hit that like button and that subscribe button. It would do me a great favor. I'm like 10 away from my first goal of 100 subscribers, and then I can get my own custom URL. If you do like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Thursday, April 8th, and it is 1:51 p.m. Mountain Time. I say Thursday because I have lost all sense of time, and I blame it on crypto. I was looking out my window yesterday and saw one neighbor's garbage can out. Our trash pickup is on Thursdays. I said, that's weird. She's putting it out there, a day early. Maybe she's going out of town or something, or I don't know, and has somebody bringing it back in. And then I woke up this morning and I saw a few other people's garbage cans out. I'm like, maybe they just thought she was doing it, so they were doing it. So I asked my wife if I'm going crazy. She said, today's Thursday. I'm like, no way. I looked at my phone and it was Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday. So I'm going a little off the sleep schedule here. But anyways, emergency video today. Emergency video. I gotta bring up Launchpads. I have to bring it up. And it's going to be kind of short. For the most part, we've still been really choppy with Bitcoin. The only chart outside of these few Launchpad examples that I'm going to go over, that I'm going to bring up is the Bitcoin dominance chart because it's important to altcoins. And I'm going to bring up the altcoin market, total market cap chart. So, two charts. My apologies, but Launchpads. They are a insane opportunity if you can get in on some of these. And if you've seen me on Twitter or wherever, like the DFIT, digital fitness, we're sitting at $1.04 and $1 now. The pre-sale was 5 cents. The public sale was 8 cents, and it's over $1. And this is actually not that uncommon. A couple recently, I'll bring it up now. AIOZ went up, I think 100 times, right? Which is 10,000% from the pre-sale. I saw this on a YouTuber got $1,000 allocation, and it was worth $100,000 now. So I didn't never even heard of it before. I saw it on there on a video that I watched, but 100 times. I mean, $1,000 turned into 100,000. So I can't not bring this up. So first off, let's get into the Bitcoin dominance chart. We've been watching this since way back early February. Actually, we've been watching it before, but I didn't start doing videos till early February. I think it was early February. But, we've been watching this, so we've been on this. We've been on it. And the Bitcoin dominance chart has been breaking down. Looks like we did get that weak head and shoulders, sloppy head and shoulders in, but you could see we came off of little support on the highs back here and probably a little further back too. But yeah, I don't see that as a super strong support that it bounced off of. And if we zoom in, my line's a little off on this, but I just added it today. If we zoom in, it's like we're getting rejected from this support off the bounce. So we'll watch that, and I could probably draw a few more lines in here, but I don't want to clutter it up. You get the point. You know what we're looking at, and we're hoping for all other altcoin traders that we come down to under 40. That would be awesome, especially if Bitcoin's going up still. That would be even greater. Anyways, that's where we're at with that. And then we will look at the altcoin market cap. As you can see, altcoins have been doing really well. And what I've been trading mainly is the ones that I went over in the last video, the higher cap. Not so much BNB, just because I haven't been involved in it too much. My business partner's sick over it because he was in it at $5 at the end of 2017 or the beginning of 2018, and it is over 400 now. So he's sick over it, but that's kind of how crypto goes. You're going to miss more than you hit. They just take off at random times, and you get some random news or something. Like 1inch got with a Coinbase listing, so they went up like 30 or 40%. OGN, ENJ, same thing. And there was one other, I forget what it was. Anyways, yeah, we're doing really well. I haven't updated anything. Just wanted to show you the strength that we're seeing in altcoins. I would guess that we shoot to about $1 trillion market cap. And if Bitcoin's at $1 trillion, it brings the dominance chart down to 50%. But that's kind of like a psychological resistance. We came as high as 880 billion, 880.987 billion. So, yeah, they're doing a really good job. I'm enjoying it. Aside from the kind of 10-15% pullback yesterday, I've been holding my core and trading around it. So if it because of the choppiness of the market, I'm forcing myself to sell my trades, just kind of forcing myself, even though I'm like, yeah, I think it's going to go higher. It hasn't quite reached, the target or the resistance. I'm like, sell it anyways. You're up. You have your core. If it goes up, then you make some off your core. And every single time that it's gotten to that point where it's like, it's not quite there, but I force myself to sell, it ends up coming down, and I'm happy I did. And then I rebuy when it comes down, and it's worked for months, so I'm going to keep doing that until it doesn't work. Anyways, into the Launchpads, right? Have to talk about these. First off, the best one, the biggest one that's launching the most and the most successful as far as gains go is Polka Starter, and we'll talk about that in a second. We've talked about it so much in the past. I want to talk about YFDI because these Launchpads, they give you benefits for holding their coin or token. So, for instance, the three that we're going to talk about are YFDI, we're going to talk about Polka Starter, and we're going to talk about Paid Network. And all three of these have rewards for holding their coin. So, for instance, like Polka Starter, if you hold their coins, I don't remember exactly how much it is, there's a certain amount, you have a higher percentage of getting allocation into a pre-sale. With Paid Network, they have, I think they call it a chain of hodl. So if you hold 10,000 paid, you have like the highest percent, and then there's like a 75,000 level, and they might have changed it since then. That's just what I remember. I haven't really been paying attention too much since they got hacked and their price collapsed, and since has gone right back up. Since they fixed it, they're right back up to 512, pretty close to their all-time high, if not over it. But yeah, 75,000. So that's what, $375,000, and you get like a 90% chance, or maybe it's a 100% chance of getting in there. That's diamond level, I think it's called. Anyways, YFDI. If you've been staking for 30 days or more, you get automatic allocation into their pre-sales. And they've only had 2 so far, and they're a little more spread out. But YFDI isn't just a Launchpad, and their first one was Impulsive N, and they did that in partnership with DuckDAO. Their second one was DFIT, and they did that in conjunction, in partnership with Ferrum Network. So with YFDI, number one, you've heard me talk about them before. And just remember, you could lose all your money in crypto. So none of this is financial advice. Do your own research, make your own decisions. But this is one that I believe in, as long as the crypto market continues in this direction, as long as Bitcoin continues in this direction. Bitcoin comes down, the whole market's going to come down. And it could happen randomly. You could put a bunch of money in, and tomorrow it goes down 50%. That's the risks you got to understand before getting in. Anyways, YFDI is more than just a Launchpad. And you could look through, I'm not going to go through everything here, but they have their roadmap right here, and what they've been doing, what they've checked off, and what they're going to do. Some of the biggest things that I think are their DAO launch, right? They have their Safe Swap, their DAO, their stablecoin. That was just a stablecoin. They're going to launch their app and their wallet. Why is that important? Because when Elrond Gold launched their wallet, hold on, I believe it was like right here. Now, there is a little bit of a difference because the wallet allowed for staking for Elrond. You're already allowed staking for YFDI. So don't expect YFDI to go up whatever 300% when they launch their wallet. I don't think it'll do that, but they have all these different things. Elron doesn't have a Launchpad. They don't have a exchange, from as far as I understand, but they are used quite frequently. Anyways, further exchange listings. This is a big one. I tried to ask. They're not allowed to say, just because of their NDA or non-disclosure agreement. But they do have their own Launchpad. They have their own decentralized exchange. They will have their own wallet. They have their own cryptocurrency. They're going to have their own SafeSwap token, which is going to be airdropped to stakers and farmers and holders. So you're getting free tokens. They're going to be worth something. If it's worth a penny and you got one token, you're 1 penny ahead. So now the other thing with that is you don't just have, you get rewards for holding, but you get automatic allocation for staking or farming. And look at these returns, right? Yeah, the price can be volatile. It's not a stable coin, right? But 72%. So right now we're at 5,500. And let's say you buy one YFDI, right? And let's just, for ease of numbers, call it $5,000. You're going to get 6% a month, right? That's $300 if you buy one of these, right? $300 a month. There's, I don't know, one person's groceries if you're a light eater, pre-COVID grocery prices. So, yeah, that's why I believe in them. And then you get into quarter two, and you're talking about before quarter two, lending and borrowing. So that's a big deal. And continued partnerships with major industries. And then you get your launch of your e-commerce platform and your issuance of debit cards. So more things on the horizon. I'm sure there'll be more added to this. Staking for 72%, automatic allocation to their pre-sales. So let's take a look at their first two pre-sales. Right? Oh, you do need to have MetaMask. Right? You do need to have MetaMask or a decentralized app wallet that you can connect to this. I'm not going to connect it just because I don't want to show my balances. Anyways, if you do get MetaMask, you don't have to. I strongly suggest getting a VPN. I always put a link in the description for free 30 days. So it's like $7.99 a month if you pay for a full year, and it protects you. It's not foolproof, but it's like 99.5%, and it's the best you could do, and it's pretty close to impossible to get hacked. So anyways, let's close out of this. Let's look at their two projects. Let's look at ImpulseVen first. So not all of them are going to go up 1,000% or 10,000%, right? And this is one of them. Their first one did not. I think it was like $2.10 was the pre-sale price, and it's down from there. The maximum allocation you could have gotten in the pre-sale was $2,000. So the pre-sale, depending on the amount you're staking, right, they give you a maximum that you could buy. So it was $1,500, and then they had what's called the fastest fingers, $500 to whoever got it first, right? So whoever was the quickest, which is probably really tough to get. Anyway, so $2,000, and it's down. It went up to like $360, something like that. It's showing here $333. That's when they first started following it on CoinGecko. But yeah, you can see it came down, and it's just been kind of holding right here. Excuse me. But so not all of them are successful, but let's say you got the full 2,000, and let's say it was at $2, down 35 cents, so you're down 12%. So you're down, like, let's just call it $300. It's 240, but let's just call it, because it was like 210 or 220 that it pre-sold at. So say you're down $300 out of your $2,000. That sucks. That's not fun, right? That's a loss. You don't want to lose. And then you get into the next one, right? And you get into DFIT. So DFIT, right? It's in at 99 cents. Let's just call it $1. The pre-sale was 5 cents. The public sale was 8 cents. So you got 12.5 times your public sale, and you got 20 times your pre-sale. So the maximum for this was 1,100, and then another 500 if you got the fastest fingers, which is essentially what's left over. And then they do the public sale. The public sale was a first come, first serve. You got to be approved, and it sold out in 2 minutes. So a lot of people probably didn't get in. It reached a high of $1.13, and that is correct. I have been following this. Anyway, so you're sitting at 20 times your pre-sale. So if you got 1,600, you got $32,000. So these are the types of opportunities by holding these Launchpad or following their requirements to get in on these pre-sales. So the opportunities there. So you lose 300 on one. Let's say you lose 1,000 on one. You lose 1,000, you make 30,000. Like, that's a fair trade-off. So these are kind of how these are going. Anyways, YFDI, they got all that on the horizon. Still only a 22 million market cap, right? So room to grow. I will say I do believe the one thing that hurts them is their actual price, because people are going to look at Bitcoin. They're going to say, oh, it's 55,000, or oh, it's 60,000. They're going to say that's too expensive. So they're going to look at, like, what else can I buy, with $500. They're going to look at this and they're going to be like, I'm going to buy 0.1 of these. What am I going to buy with my $1,000? So the price actually hurts them, even though they're such a small market cap. Do I think they're going to be $1 billion? I don't think so. They say they're going to be in the top 30. I would be happy if they got in the top 200. I'd be really happy if they got in the top 200. But let's compare that to the other two I'm going to be talking about. Well, let's look at Ferrum. Ferrum, 103 million, right? So that's almost 5 times, 4.5 times from 22 million. We could look at DuckDAO. And these are just Launchpads, from what I understand. I could be wrong on that. DuckDAO is 94. So about 4 times, 4.5 times again. And then Paid Network, which again is Ignition is their Launchpad. They're at 414 million, so 20 times where they're at, but they're only $5. So you could, buy a lot more coins, even though you could buy percentages of coins. But yeah, Paid Network. Oh, I wish I could remember. Oh, I remember this now while I'm doing the video. Here we go. I had to pull this up. I couldn't not pull this up. Split, ShopX. So this was, I'm 99% sure this was a launch off Ignition from Paid Network, and it did like 100 or 150x from the pre-sale. So 100 times your money. You throw in it's $500, right? $500 and it goes up 100 times. That's 50,000. Crazy. If you throw in 1,000, that's 100 grand, and it opens at that, so you could sell it immediately. Anyways, Paid Network, 414 million. You could see the trend that some of these do ridiculous, astronomical gains from where you get them in the pre-sale. So holding the coins are worth it. And plus, this has gone up. Paid Network was another one. This is probably one of the biggest gainers in all of crypto. This was 2 cents pre-sale, 2 cents pre-sale. So up to $1 was 100 up, 500 times, 500 times, $500 turned into 250,000. Yeah, I think I'm doing that right, the math. So I can't express enough like how much opportunity if you get lucky enough to get in one of these pre-sales. So on to the next one, and probably the most popular, which even launched Paid Network, is PokeStarter. And this is probably one of the ones that I can't believe it's not even like $10 yet. And Paid Network is more than it, 250 million. But yeah, Paid Network got launched by PokeStarter. I mean, this was a high of 7, and it's just been launching project after project after project after project. And we can go to their website, which I do frequently. You got 4 more in the next 11 days, and you can just see a list of all of them. Super Farm, that was another one that launched on them. They did like 50x from their pre-sale price. Pokemarkets did like 50x from their pre-sale. I'm not going to go through that. Anyways, just they were launching. They had like 5 a week at one point. Anyways, yeah, I had to look at his profile because he was one that was an advisor for it. I think the ShopX shift. Anyways, Polka Starter. Another one, you hold them and you can get allocation. Again, the U.S. is not allowed to, but AIOZ, I forget which one this went off of, but this went up like 100x, as I mentioned before. Eternity Chain, this went up, I don't know how many x, but the one thing with this is that it just kept on running. I think it went up like 50 or 100x. Even if it was 25x, it started trading at like a little over $3, and it went to $70, over $70. So these Launchpads are extremely important. I had to do this. There's more out there. These are the 3 main ones that I wanted to talk about. Paid network with Ignition and Polka Starter, and then of course the one you've heard me talk about all the time is YFDI, where you're going to get 72% back, and it updates like by the minute, so you could take it out any minute. It's a 72-hour stake, and you get 72%. But anyways, just extremely important. I had to talk about these again with the choppy market right now. These are kind of where the excitement is. But I'm specifically trading right now Ethereum, Polkadot, Bitcoin Cash, 1inch, Link, Cardano, Litecoin, XRP, TRX, Phantom, and a couple other ones. But yeah, those are me trading. These are something that I think people don't know a lot about, and it's important to know about. And if you want to dive in, go down the rabbit hole, I think it could be incredibly worth it. It could be incredibly life-changing if you happen to get lucky enough to get into one of these, and you hit one that opens at 50 times or 100 times. So that's all for the video today. If you do like what you see, this was helpful, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'm like 10 away from my first goal of 100 subscribers. So hopefully everybody's making money in crypto. It's been a really tough market because it's really choppy right now for the past month and a half. So it's been really tough to trade it, but there has been the few here and there that have, surprised and have been successful with. So anyways, again, hit the subscribe, hit the like, do me a favor. That does me a favor, and I would greatly appreciate it. Other than that, have a great day and trade safe.